I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this feast, y'all. This is definitely one of my best. Rastafaro. Blessings of wholeness, family. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Akeem Pierre. If you're new, welcome to the vibes. Today we are returning to Almost Alkaline Kitchen, and we have a special recipe. What we're gonna make today is called a Mofongo, and it's a Puerto Rican or Dominican dish where you serve a stew over mashed plantain. Legendary. I usually like to make it with burro bananas. I couldn't find no burro bananas, so I'ma still make it, and it's still legendary. It's still so good, and it's pretty quick and easy to make. I'm not gonna fry it. I am going to air fry it, and the stew is, you can make any stew you want. This is gonna be my stew, so y'all can follow along with this, or you can make a couple adjustments. But let's get into it. So we'll start off, get this warmed up. And when we're making stews, you can think of stews in like 3 or 4 different stages. One is your base, which is gonna be your green onions, your tomatoes. Some people use celery, some people use carrots in different parts of the world. This is your base. And then I also add mushrooms into that base. So after the base, that's where most of your flavor is. That's so good. And then after you use the base, we're gonna add the more solid ingredients, such as squashes, such as chickpeas, different kinds of lentils. If you have potatoes, you add that in. And then at the end, we add the softer ingredients, such as what we're gonna do for this one is ackee. So this one, you don't need to cook much, so you just put it on at the end, let it get in a little bit of the flavors, and then you're just done. So it's super easy. So if you think of it like that, you can make so many different stew combinations and just fill in the ingredients of whatever you have on hand. So we're gonna use some coconut oil here for the base. And we have some cumin powder. So we're gonna put some of this cumin powder here and let this roast up a little bit. There's nothing better than roasted cumin. Well, there's a lot better, but roasted cumin is legendary. And these right here are legendary. This is actually made out of bay leaf wood. So not only do we use sweet bay leaf leaves, but we use the wood to use to make a lot of different tools in St. Lucia. Give it a little mixy, stursy. I love the smell that comes out of this. Then we're gonna add in the base, let that sizzle sizzle. I'm gonna add a touch of salt here. And we're gonna allow this to cook up until the mushrooms are nice and soft and translucent. And then once that's soft, we add the mushrooms, and we're basically done. Like, it's super quick. So I'm actually gonna add some of this seasoning salt blend. So the tomatoes are starting to break, the onions are looking translucent. We're gonna add in these mushrooms now. And then whenever you use mushrooms, something that helped me is you put a little bit of salt on it, and it helps it sweat and all those juices release out into the stew. So you just put a little bit of salt, little 1, 2, mix it up, and then this should get real juicy soon. So while we let that do its thing, I'm gonna share with y'all what we got over here. So what we have here is the plantains. These are semi-ripe, halfway ripe. I actually wanted to make this with super ripe plantains or burro bananas so we get such a sweet flavor for that base, but I couldn't find some in that point, so I got a semi-ripe one, so it's still all good. So what we did is we sliced them up and we coated them with avocado oil and some sea salt or Himalayan salt. And then we had them here sauteing for like about 10-15 minutes. So we're gonna put these in the air fryer and then that's it. Then we're gonna mash them up, we're good to go. And the only reason why I'm not using coconut oil for these is because I barely got any coconut oil left. I'm waiting for a shipment from St. Lucia. So I'm gonna just use the oil I got for now. All right, so let's get the bananas prepped. So we're gonna lay them out on this air fryer sheet. We'll have that air frying for about 7 minutes. So as y'all can see, the juices are really coming out. We're actually gonna turn this down a little bit. This is juicy. And let's try one of these mushrooms. I really just love mushrooms. Nice and soft, nice and flavorful. Give thanks. Oh, we got the chickpeas right here. How'd they show up? So pressure cook these chickpeas. We're gonna release the pressure before we put it in here. And we don't got much pressure, give thanks. So come check out the chickpeas. So what we have in here, this is bladderwhack and sweet bay leaf. So that's what we use to cook the chickpeas. So as you can see, the chickpeas are nice and soft. Wow, wow, so good on their own. But we're gonna add those chickpeas into this stew. Let's release that aquafaba. Put in 1 scoop. I'm feeling chickpea-ish today. And these chickpeas taste so good with the bladderwhack and the sweet bay leaf. You can eat them on their own. So we have that in there. We're also gonna add our squash same time. And then let's mix it up so our squash is coated. Our chickpeas are coated with all the juices that are coming from the base that we created. So now we can add the coconut milk. So this is homemade coconut milk we made straight from the dried coconut. If y'all don't know how to make it, I'm gonna post some on my TikTok and my Instagram for y'all to check out. It's super quick. Y'all can see a little bit of a demonstration here anyways. But let's pull up. And as you can see in this coconut milk, there's still the fat on top. So like those clumps are fat. If this was warm liquid, then what would happen is it would just be all liquid. But since it's a little bit colder, the fat clumps on the top, and that's what we like. All right, y'all. So the stew's looking real proper right now. Bubbling up. The squash is, it's pretty soft. So this is good to go. I'm gonna let this simmer for a little bit more. We're gonna add these tomatoes. I want these tomatoes to burst open. So then by the time we eat them, it's gonna be a nice little taste in there. And then we still aren't gonna add the ackee until a little bit later. We're gonna add the ackee and sea moss a little bit later. Till then, we're gonna let it simmer a little bit lower. That's looking epic. Let's check on our bananas. They look pretty good to me, y'all, so let's go, let's get it. I'm so excited for this step. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mash up these green onions first. And I'm quite sure they usually use garlic, so you could use garlic. I'm gonna try it out with some green onions today though. And I'm gonna add some coconut oil to give it a little bit of moisture. Love, 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 love. So that's good to go. Let's get those out. I'm super excited. Bless. Let's put these in here and we're gonna mash it up. You mash it up. It's a little bit hot. A little bit hot. Woo! We're just gonna pound some love into this. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. Whoa! So that's looking irie, and we want to be able to make it so it like forms into a ball. So epic. We could probably fry these into something legendary too. Woohoo! Give thanks, I'm excited. You know what, y'all? We're gonna put this to the side and we're gonna deal with that a little bit later. But it's good to go. Looks good, tastes good. Trying to do better in the kitchen. Making sure we clean up a little bit at every step. So that looks Gucci here. So what we're gonna do is add a little bit of sea moss in there. Let that melt up. That's gonna help thicken it a little bit. Give it a little bit of that creamy texture. And then also add some of those high-grade healing minerals in there. Our food is our medicine is our food. Give thanks. We add the ackee. Give it a gentle stir. Ackee is quite fragile. We just want to incorporate it into the dish without brucking it up too much. So that seems legendary to me. This stew, I haven't even tried it since the initial base, but I have confidence in that base preparation. Exactly. Perfection. Perfection. And I love this stew recipe because it's very saucy. So we want to have a very saucy dish to go along with the mofongo, because the plantains, burro banana is gonna absorb all the juices and it's just gonna be super legendary. So we're about good to go. So while this simmers for the last couple minutes, we're gonna prepare the plate. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do 2 mofongo, I don't know what they're called. I don't know, I'm not an expert at this. I only had this feast one time. When I was in Orlando, I went to a Puerto Rican restaurant and it was the best. It was legendary. It was like a shrimp one. I was eating shrimp at that time, but it was so good. I'm like, I have to recreate this. So I'm not an expert, pero siento que soy Afro-Latino. So, se me entiende. So there's one there. And we got 2 there. So that's our base right there. Then we're gonna stir this up one last time. So juicy, so creamy. Give thanks for this feast. I give thanks for this nourishment. I'm gonna bring some of this to the office. Let them try it today. I give thanks. So we're just gonna pour the stew on top of the mofongo. Let's put a little tomato on there. Yo, I can't get enough. I really can't. So this last step here, I'm just doing it because I want to have a little bit of green on top. Much love, y'all. So there you have it, mofongo stew recipe. This is something that excites me to utilize other different cultures, cuisines. When I was traveling around the US, I would just always try different types of food and see how I can incorporate my own little vibe, my own little style to it. This was pretty much, I feel like it was pretty standard, nothing too special, but I'm gonna be experimenting more in the future. Let me try it one time for y'all, my favorite part. Y'all, when I make this food, I always ask myself, why do I wait so long to make it again? Wow. Wow. That's why I document all these recipes, so I know how to do it again. So much love, y'all. I'm gonna have another bite, actually. I'm gonna catch up with y'all in a bit. That's that soul food. Makes me feel so vibrant, makes me feel so loved. That's how this food is making me feel, and that's what I created to nourish myself. So this food is powerful, y'all. I will say, I do really highly recommend you make your own coconut milk, because that just changes the whole flavor. It's not like it changes the flavor, but it's very unique when you make your own coconut milk with these stews. So I'm gonna ask y'all to try some of it and try to make your own, because it's super legendary. I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this feast, y'all. This is definitely one of my best. So I'll give thanks, y'all. Let me know if y'all make this. Tag me on Instagram or write in the comments below. You know we on that weight gain. This is part of my weight gain protocol. Heavy on the chickpeas. You feel me? But bless y'all. Let me know what y'all want me to make. Let me know if y'all want to try some different cuisines. You want me to dabble in some other cuisines, some Ethiopian maybe? I don't know. Let me know though, y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Ja Rastafaro. Time to play around.